Welcome back everybody to IL-2. We are in the Spitfire and we're about to do a ground attack mission. We are lined up on the runway, and actually just to say whilst we're on the runway, thank you so much to all of the comments helping me with my taxiing problem with the Spitfire. I didn't realise that this particular model doesn't have toe brakes. But since then I've been messing around my controller setup and it is much better now. I'm getting the hang of it, so thank you so much for all of that help there. But we are in the Rift S today. I know a lot of you guys have this headset and don't really own Reverb, so I thought I'd give it a try to see what it's like. And whether, is it really that much worse than the Reverb? Is it still a enjoyable experience? Well, we're about to find out. Bearing in mind I've got pretty much all of my time in this simulator in the Reverb now. It'd be interesting to see how it compares. So if you're interested, stick around, make yourself a drink, and let's find this out together. Up we go. Look at that steam train down there, absolutely incredible. What a backdrop. So one of the things that's really immediately obvious to me in the Rift S, coming straight from the Reverb, is, it's just screen door really. There's a lot of screen door effect. And to be honest, if you're used to using the Rift S as your daily driver, so to speak, you probably won't even notice it like I do. It's only because I'm spoilt by that resolution. But I will say that the lenses in the Rift S are definitely better. You get a bigger sweet spot, and I think a lot of that is probably down on the down to the resolution. But I just think the lenses, they are definitely better. There's just absolutely no mirror at all. Whether there is a bit in the Reverb, not a lot, but there is a bit there. And also, I think the colours are definitely more vivid in the Rift S. So there's a lot going for it in many ways. But what do I mean by screen door? If you've never heard that before, it's basically if you imagine looking through a pane of glass with that kind of wire mesh in the middle of it. Now, from a distance you don't notice it, but when you're really close up to it you see those wires. Now that's kind of the way that's kind of what it looks like in the Rift S. You just notice those pixels, and if there's one thing that is very noticeable, it's that kind of pixely experience, which you don't see that in the Reverb at all. It's just completely pin sharp. I mean, there is screen door effect even in the Reverb, but it's just so minute that it's just not even worth mentioning, to be honest. Now, being this close now to my fellow Spitfire friends, like looking at that pilot there, I can see him, but it's a bit of an outline. I can't really see what he's doing. Now, in the Reverb, I'd be able to see if he's kind of like moving his arms around or whatever. I can't really see that in the Rift S, and that's because those pixels can only do so much. And I think faraway objects, which is kind of important in IL-2 really, when you're looking at ground targets or enemy aircraft, you really have to spot them, and it's a bit of a tricky thing to do in this headset. Now, case in point here, as I'm looking through the gun sight and the center point, I can't really see it that well because it's just blending into those pixels, if that makes sense. Now with the Reverb, it is pin sharp. You can see it really well. So I guess that's kind of obvious really, but it's definitely worth pointing out, and it's very noticeable for me. But what is worth also mentioning is that super sampling that you do need, and I've got mine set to 1.6, that is quite taxing for the GPU to handle. Now, there was a lot of panic surrounding the Reverb when it was first released, that no, my 1080 Ti card isn't going to be able to handle it, no chance. Well, actually, you could get away with a 1070 with the Reverb, because quite simply the GPU has a harder time super sampling the heck out of your display rather than running the native resolution, if that makes sense. Just look at this, it looks incredible. Look at these clouds, guys. I think they look incredible, very lifelike indeed. I've got them set to extreme, and I just think, look at the way the light is going through the cloud layer there. I just think, in VR anyway, that looks amazing. On the screen it might not look so good, but it just looks simply breathtaking, even in the Rift S. Now, of course, at the moment, you all know about the audio of the Rift S. It's pretty crap, and I'm using the default audio right now, and it's just really tinny. It breaks the immersion. I can hear things around me, so I'm not really completely inside the cockpit. I'm kind of aware of my surroundings. Now, you might prefer that, but I like to be really immersed into what I'm doing, really. But you know, it's not a deal breaker really. You can obviously buy some headphones. In fact, you can buy headphones that strap onto the Rift S, so that's pretty good. And just use some earbuds. But it's just something to consider, guys, because it is a bit of another thing to think about. Where with the Reverb, the audio is just works, plain works, and it sounds great. So we are at our objective here. We need to take down some ground targets. So that is what we'll do, and we'll see how that feels in the Rift S in terms of spotting those ground targets and maybe even enemy aircraft. I've got a feeling we might get a bit of company in a minute. For the time being, in fact, yeah, there we are there, look. I think we've got some 109s coming our way, which is going to cause us problems. We need to watch out for that, but in the meantime we're going to pick a target and we're going to go for it on the ground, that is. Here we go. So I'm looking down the sight here, and yeah, I've just got to concentrate that a little bit more. Still can't see any ground targets, still can't see them. In fact, I'll tell you when I can. Getting very close here, still can't see them. Okay, now I'm starting to see them, but it's quite late on. I'm going to have to go around. So yeah, that's quite obvious there. You really have to sort of pick them out in the Rift S. You've got to concentrate that a bit more. But it's still, I mean, it still looks absolutely incredible. It really does. I dare say try your super sampling at 2.0, but I think that's going to be quite hard on the GPU. Here we go. Sure if I got him. I think I got him, I'm not quite sure. I've got a bandit on my tail as well, just to add to things. I think I did get him. Yeah, I did. Okay. Right, now it's time to make sure that we don't get taken out by a 109. So basically, when I was lining up for that target, I couldn't see that target as well, further out, if that makes sense. It's a lot harder to spot. So it definitely is a difference. It's quite an obvious difference, really. But it's just one of those things that it's because I'm so used to the Reverb, really. He's in trouble, this guy. In fact, yeah, I think ground targets are harder to spot in the Rift S than in the air, if that makes sense. Because, you know, there's a lot more of a difference in... There's a lot less to look at, if that makes sense. Whoa! I've got someone behind me. We did get hit there. Pulling some G's. I think it's this guy here. They're everywhere. Save my weapons. God, this game's amazing. Sim, sorry. Yeah, the gun sight, it's just a bit harder to... You've got to kind of just concentrate on looking. It's not like, you know, it's not as natural, if that makes sense. And we are stalling, not even looking at our airspeeds. Very easy to make a mistake. He's going down. Target destroyed. Really want to get a 109, but... Oh god. I'm kicking off. Wow. But as I say, guys, I'm still loving this. Absolutely loving this game. Keep saying game, sorry guys. Here we go. Yes! That's 109 down and a ground target. Let's just see him go down, see if he bails out. Don't think he's going to, you know. I think he is toast. Boom! Wow. Okay, so, oh god, as I go into a high G maneuver. Oh dear. You're still there, guys. That was a big one. You came to your senses and have control. Whew. At least I was going upwards rather than downwards. So yeah, it is absolutely fantastic in the Rift S, don't get me wrong. But I think really, if you're just into flight simulation, I would urge you to spend the extra couple of £100 to get the Reverb, because it's just so much better. It really is, guys. And I think you probably knew I was going to say that anyway. But if you're into sort of, you know, all-round VR experiences, so you know you like playing flight sims, but you also enjoy playing Stormland. God, there's so many of them here. You know, and you just love VR in general, and you like to play the latest games as well as flight sims, then get a Rift S, guys, because the Reverb is a one-trick pony. It does flight simming, you know, the seated gameplay, perfect. We can go home. Okay, maybe that's a good idea. Although it's easy to get sucked into these battles. But I feel like we're a bit outnumbered here. But I think really, with the Reverb, I don't think about looking, if that makes sense. I'm just, whoa, that was close. That was too close for comfort. Oh my god. But with the Rift S, I'm constantly having to think about really concentrating on what I'm seeing. I mean, like this 109 here, it's a bit jaggy. Oh god, we're getting hit again. Sorry guys, it's very difficult to talk in being combat like this as well. No, and now we're going down. Oh my goodness me. You know, I've said this many times now that the Rift S is a better all-rounder. It's got better lenses. It's Oculus, really. You know, Oculus do know how to make their lenses. The sweet spot's a bit better. The colours are better. But it's just that resolution. It's just, you need it for flight simming. You really need it more than anything else. Like, those 109s are just kind of splodges, really. I can just pick out the wings, and they're not that far away, really. It's a different story with the Reverb, it really is. Come on, I can get another one, that'd be amazing. Just concentrating because I don't want... I've got someone on my tail, I think I might have. I think I might have got him there, I'm not sure. Oh, God. And that's another thing as well, like, in the Reverb, when I shoot, I can see, when I hit the aircraft, I can see it hit the wing or the fuselage or the cockpit, I can see that. I can't see that in the Rift S either. And so my super sampling's at 1.6, and there's only so much super sampling we'll do anyway. Oh, come on, you've got to come down now. Oh. This is... Wow. Okay. Where are you gone? There you gone. Oh. This is a good battle. Oh, I got his wing there. Did see that, but I am very close to him. I am after you, mate. I am definitely after you. At the moment I've got the advantage. I've got to look after my engine. You know, when you're in combat like this, you've still got to do all the things you normally would. Oh, I'm wasting my bullets here. Just need to calm down a bit and see if I can get a bit closer to him. Look at the manoeuvres he's making. So close. No. Come on. Save my ammo. Save my ammo. Burst. Quick burst. Oh yeah, that was a shot. Lasting a while though, this guy. Oh, we're almost level here. But seriously guys, you can still have an amazing time in the Rift. Yes! Okay, that was a spin. Had to bug out of that one. Full right rudder there, just to get myself out of that spin. That was just about to happen, and I'm really close to the ground here. I'm very aware. Oh, he's not going to last much longer. Just got to make sure that I don't get too fixated on him. I think he's going for a ditch. Yes, he is. He's just failed. Target destroyed. That's 2 bandits down now. Am I getting a bit greedy? I think my engine's actually damaged. I think... Oh! Crap. Oh dear. That's not good. That's not good. You see, I pushed it a bit too far, and now I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to ditch it. I'm going to have to ditch. One day, there will be an IL-2 video where I make it home. Because trust me, I make it home quite a lot, but I think it's because I'm too busy talking, and I get really into what I'm saying. And you can't do that and be a decent combat pilot. So I'm now gonna ditch into enemy territory, so I'm gonna be captured. But let's just see if we can make a better job of this ditching here than we did last time. Canopy open. And there we go. We have landed. Right guys, well that brings this little video to an abrupt end. I hope you enjoyed that, and to be honest... Oh, hang on, let's see what it's going to say here. We'll just do a little bit of a conclusion. you crashed your plane. Well, that's a bit harsh. Ditched my plane would have been better. Okay, you can go away now. Go away, screen. So yeah, I think if you can only afford one headset and you enjoy more than just flight simming, then get the Rift S. It is a superb headset, and you're gonna have hours and hours of fun. But and it'll look after you, and you get a 2-year warranty, which I think is also quite important to add. But yeah, that screen door is really apparent. I mean, basically for me personally, I won't be continuing IL-2 in the Rift S at this stage. I can't wait to get back to the Reverb, to be honest. It's just such a better experience for me. It just really is. But having said that, it doesn't do a bad job at all. And if you've got a Rift S, I would highly recommend you download IL-2 or DCS and just enjoy it, because it's still fantastic and it's so much better than the old CV1 days, that's for sure. Right guys, this might be the last time you hear from me, because I'm going to be captured by the enemy, not unless I can run for cover somewhere, but I don't think so. I think any moment now there is going to be a truck arrive, and that's going to be the end of my character. Never mind. Take care guys, thanks for watching as always, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.